Hello, my fine friend. I am Johnathan Maynard, a wealthy philanthropist based in the New England area. One of my clients is Pavlos, Prince of Greece. Currently, he is not on the throne, but he had recently contacted me about perhaps helping him regain the throne. With your help and charitable donations, I think we just might be able to do it. If you arm me even just a few $100 will help, and once Pavlos regains the throne, he will send you money back tenfold. Thank you, and goodbye.
Hi, I'm Brock McCune, and I recently received this very voicemail from an unknown number. In fact, I received several, all in the same week. And I'm not the only one who received these voicemails. It seems that these voicemails were indiscriminately sent to a multitude of people, each one saying the same thing. Now, when I heard this Johnathan Maynard character's claims, I was instantly curious, and my insides were buzzing with a million questions. Why is a random American helping the Prince of Greece? Why does Maynard want to reinstate the monarchy? Why would the Prince of Greece, a successful yacht captain living in London, need any help financially? And most importantly, who really is Johnathan Maynard? These questions started a journey that would take me around the world, from America to Albania, from recycling facilities to racketeering operations, through money laundering, fake names, email threads, shady characters, tracking devices, and ultimately through a twisted web of lies and into the vile head of one Albanian man who scammed the world. I'm Brock McCune, and this is Johnathan, UnMaynarded. Now, when I got this voicemail, I was suspicious, and rightfully so. Calls asking people to send money to support a prince or other important figure in return for an eventual reward are ubiquitous in the world of scamming, and one of the oldest tricks in the book. But still, some fall for it.
I open my phone and what do I see? This voicemail from this lovely man. He wants to help out the Prince of Greece. So I call him back and I get this message telling me to contact him through online mail.
Do you remember the address?
It was Johnathan Maynard at philosophy.com or Johnathan Maynard at philanthropy at gmail.com. And I email him and he tells me to give my bank info and all this other stuff. Hello, Mr. Maynard. It's about the money.
My fine friend, it's lovely to see a supporter of my cause. How much do you wish to donate?
As much as the prince can return tenfold. He will multiply my money once he gets back on the throne, right?
Of course, my fine friend.
Then I'll donate $60,000. That's a year's salary.
Okay, send the money to 16 Trestle Terrace, Andover, Massachusetts, and I will wire it along to the Prince of Greece. My friend, I assure you, you will get your money.
That was 11 months ago. No money.
And he's not the only one who fell for Maynard's little plan.
So I get the call, and I love Greece. I went there on vacation once, but I sent him my life savings and
Jesus, what the hell?
I sent him my life savings. Is that better?
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, but so I tried to talk to him, like maybe he forgot, but I think he blocked me.
Did you try legal action?
Yeah, but the phone number was unknown, so there was nothing anyone could do. They also couldn't trace the email to anyone, so lost my life savings.
So what will you do now?
Probably die, I guess.
Solid move.
The money was flat out gone. I don't know, man. I gave it to him. He did not give it to that prince. I should have known. God, I'm worthless. Worthless.
Okay,
God.
let's
Want that be behind bars, and I want those bars to be behind guards that make sure that he didn't escape. Does that make sense?
No, that was. We should.
I have to kill him. There's no other way. He ruined me. He must die.
So you want to kill Johnathan Maynard?
Who?
It's clear to see that Maynard has extracted quite a lucrative career from exploiting the very stupid. And sure, I could ignore their plight, leave it for the police to solve, but one look into these people's eyes told me everything I needed to know. Maynard's scams had affected real people, and I had to take matters into my own hands. I was gonna get to the bottom of Johnathan Maynard. That didn't come out right. Can we just... My first idea was to search around for a paper trail. I looked up Johnathan Maynard on every platform I could think of, and found two results, YouTube and LinkedIn. On his LinkedIn, I found a post identical to the voicemail I had received, as well as a very interesting detail. It seemed our friend was pentalingual. He could speak basic Turkish and Arabic and seemed mostly fluent in Greek, but what really stood out was the two languages he seemed to know most. It was English, of course, but also Albanian. On YouTube, meanwhile, I found several comments by an account bearing Maynard's name, which seemed to resemble the style of his emails. And these were comments on videos about Albania. I'm beginning to think our friend isn't from America. I think he's Albanian. But we don't know anything for sure. So I devised a very clever plan. I decided I would ask Johnathan Maynard. So I created a fake email and sent the message in. And just as I figured, he got defensive.
Dear Mr. Maynard, I admire your work, but I have one question. You say you are from New England, but your online presence seems to suggest you are Albanian. What is the truth?
My fine friend, where are you getting your information? I assure you, I am a native resident of Massachusetts, and anything else you might see is lies, scattered by those who do not support my cause.
How fascinating. I live in Massachusetts myself. Would you be up for a meeting?
Well, sadly I am booked for the next few months and have no time to spare. However, I can send my assistant, Aaron Kramer.
Now, before we begin, you're gonna change my voice, right?
Well, yes.
Good. I don't like anyone knowing my identity. I don't like leaving my house at all, actually. I just like to focus on my work with Johnathan Maynard.
You don't go outside?
Only to commute to work at Maynard Philanthropy.
Ah, yes, Maynard Philanthropy. And where might this organization be located?
Here in America.
Uh-huh. What's the address?
I forgot.
You forgot?
Yeah, forgetting isn't illegal, right?
And this is the only place outside your house that you ever go to?
Yeah.
And you forgot?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any proof that Johnathan Maynard is actually in contact with the real Prince of Greece?
What? I'm appalled. I'm appalled at people like you who think Johnathan Maynard's operation isn't legitimate. He's trying from the bottom of his hearts. Hearts? I mean heart. He only has one heart. There are no multiple hearts. There's only one heart. And I need to go move my car.
Now, while on the surface, that may have seemed like a completely fruitless waste of time, I can assure you it was anything but. You see, after that interaction, I looked up Mr. Kramer's address in various databases, and to my surprise, found results. It seemed that, while Maynard's place of residence was unclear, Aaron Kramer definitely lived here, in the good old US of A. And not only that, but the address I found was the same as the one for Maynard's emails. Maynard Philanthropy isn't real, but Aaron Kramer's house is, and he seems to want to keep a very low profile.
I had no idea that street even had houses. I thought it was an access road.
I had to fix a leak in that neighborhood, and I didn't notice anything strange about that house.
I live nearby that address, so I just thought it was abandoned. When I found out, I was like, someone lives there?
Why'd you laugh?
You're not meant to, it's a filler joke, you're not meant to think about it.
But I am thinking about it, and it wasn't funny.
I didn't know you could think if you didn't have a brain.
Okay.
So now that I had the address of Johnathan Maynard's assistant, it was time to go up the chain of command and figure out where Maynard himself was located.
I decided to write out a check for about $2 or $3 and mail it to Aaron Kramer's house to send to his boss. But here's the twist. I inserted a subtle tracking device into the envelope along with the money. And so, off went the check. I gave it a few days and then checked to see where the tracker had gone. And what I found out was shocking.
Yeah, so it turns out banks don't actually, keep the checks that you, I sent them the check and I thought it would, go to, I sent it to Aaron Kramer and I thought he would put it in the bank and then the bank would send the check to Johnathan Maynard and then it would be, in a safe, at his local bank in his town. But, I think they just shredded it. I just thought they would, I don't know why, but, you know.
Perhaps if the education system had taught me about the way banks work instead of how to find an 81-degree angle, my expensive tracker wouldn't have been lost in a recycling facility.
But never mind. After that incident, I hired some super cool government guys who actually knew stuff about surveillance and told them to track down Maynard.
I'm Timmy Desmond Rupert, the brains of this operation. I do tracking devices, satellite mapping, and I'm a pretty big hit with the ladies.
And I'm Harold Flumpencolt. I'm sort of a whiz at all that hidden camera tech.
So here's what we did.
First, I drove to Aaron Kramer's house and set up a camera pointed at the mailbox from across the street.
Then I sent another check, and yep, we got footage of Kramer taking it from the mailbox. We don't even have to blur his face because he was still wearing the bag for some reason.
I'm prone to sunburns.
And then, once Aaron Kramer cashed the check, I infiltrated his bank account to see where the money was going. At about 12 o'clock noon, the money was transferred to the account of one Johnathan Maynard in Albania.
Finally, we knew for sure this was a foreign operation. But what next?
Well, what happened next threw us for a bit of a loop-de-loop. Are you done?
Yeah, man.
You see, a few days later, the money was sent to a separate charity account, the Antonaj Nadrima Charity Foundation.
What the
What the devil is going on here?
Is bro actually donating to charity? Was he not lying?
Preposterous!
But it got stranger. You see, after that, the charity foundation took the money out of the bank and loaded it into a truck, which started driving east.
Our Albanian correspondent started to follow it.
And it took a perfect 81-degree turn and started heading north to Hungary, where we lost it.
Okay, so what's going on here? First off, let's get to the bottom of this whole charity foundation business. Was Maynard actually donating? Well, no. A quick Google search reveals that the Antonaj Nadrima Charity Foundation has accomplished nothing. And it doesn't even have a website. My guess is Maynard gets a sizable tax write-off from donating to this organization, and wouldn't you know it, Antonaj Nadrima is an anagram for Johnathan Maynard.
Money laundering.
You know, he seems so nice. And I would have guessed he was guilty of so many crimes.
I could have guessed.
So Aaron Kramer, Antonaj Nadrima, and Johnathan Maynard are all the same person.
That's not quite right.
Brock Malaunow, Antonio Sabudu, and Ferguson John are all the same person.
That's not right.
Cransum McLaughlin.
Alright, go on, shoot, all of you. Get out, I need you to think. Go! Get out of here! So it looks like I've got my story straight.
Maynard asks for money to support a bogus cause. He has his victims send money to his American assistant, Aaron Kramer, who puts it in Maynard's account. Maynard then donates this money to a fake charity organization to get a tax deduction, but immediately takes it back out of the organization and trucks it to Hungary. It's a long list of crimes: regular fraud, identity fraud, tax evasion, money laundering, and another instance of identity fraud because I'm fairly sure Johnathan Maynard isn't even his real name.
Now all I have to do is figure out what happens to the money once it gets to Hungary, and then I'll have a full story which I can take to the authorities. I don't know which country's authorities, but I feel...
My fine friend, please refrain from investigating any further my perfectly legitimate business dealings. Under no circumstances will you continue besmirching my good name with your fake accusations. I have real plans and extend my request with genuine intent to support the Prince of Greece. I am not involved in any way with Albanian money laundering associations, and all my transactions there have been legal. In fact, with all due respect, my colleague, I'm going to assume you are not in any way qualified to say these horrid things. Did you study for 4 years at Al-Maqasid Philanthropic Islamic Association of Beirut? Did you learn Arabic just to understand the professor's lessons? Did you sell your grandfather's bronze watch to pay for the flight to Lebanon? Do you care deeply about the plight of children in Albania and the well-being of Pavlos, Prince of Greece? For I very much doubt it, friend. I advise you to cease and desist immediately, or I send several large burly men in your house to break your kneecaps with chair legs. Do not look into Hungary. Stay the hell out of Albania. Do not go to the house of Aaron Kramer. He has moved. Never contact me again. Love, Gentian Ilir Castro Dinopoulos.
The mystery of Johnathan Maynard may not ever be solved, because at the end of the day, the trail just seemed to go cold, and we all kind of just lost interest in the mystery, and that's why we stopped looking. I don't want it. Let's just turn this off and get out of here. This was not worth it at all.